be yourself. It ain't gotta be scripted. It ain't gotta be perfect. All you gotta do, Joe, is just be yourself. Be your natural born self. Let's go. And up. Let's get it. What is going on, you average Joes? This is your boy, the Average Joe, here on The Average Joe Show, episode 2, Beautiful Weirdo. Now, before we get into the topic, I would love for you guys to follow me on Instagram at TheeAverageJoe with a Y, and for the audio podcast, SoundCloud, The Average Joe Show, and for more content, www.TheeAverageJoe.com. And since you guys are here on YouTube, click that subscribe button, like, comment, share to your family, friends, everyone. The show, The Average Joe Show, some love. Now, let's get into this topic. So for me, I feel like this is an important topic because in so many ways it describes the type of person that I am. And it better explores who the average Joe is. You know, who's the guy behind the camera, the microphone, in front of the camera as well. Now that we're on YouTube, this is Oop. And for me, this topic is very important because it builds self-confidence in myself. And I'm thankful that I came to a point in my life where I'm fully accepting who I am as an individual, who God has made me to be. There's still some improvement. I'm not a perfect man, not a perfect Christian. I still have a lot of work to do, and so do all of us. We all have a lot of work to do. But for me, I feel like being a beautiful weirdo means, you know, just you being yourself unapologetically. I'm always like, that word is always like all over the place for me, but it's just being you unapologetically and not feeling like you have to apologize to people or to feel bad about who you are as an individual. And of course, you know, when you're being yourself, you may end up losing friends. You may end up losing, you know, having family at a distance because it's like they may not fully understand you. And they may call you the black sheep of the family. They may call you the outcast, the misfit, or the weirdo. But for me, I'm here to tell you guys are beautiful weirdos. To all my people out there, all my average Joes, I thank you for being yourself, for never feeling like I have to be anybody other than what God has made me to be, because this world is full of carbon copies. Everyone is trying to be like everybody else to get the attention, to get the love, to get the favor of other people. But I'm like, for me and for you, you should never have to compromise. You should never have to feel like I got to give up who I am for somebody else just so they could, you know, just so we could chill and hang out and stuff. Oh, for a little bit. Oh, let's hang out. Let's do this and that. Let's go here and there. But you don't be like that. Don't be yourself. Yo, wherever you go in life, be yourself. I don't care if it costs you from losing anything, whatever it is. It means that it's not meant for you. It's not the people that you come across. They're not meant to be with you, because if you feel like you have to strip your identity or you have to take away who you are just to be around certain people, then you shouldn't even be around them. You should be around people that loves you, who you are genuinely, who loves the authenticity of who you are and just being yourself. Like, if I'm hanging around with my family and friends and they look at me like, oh, he's too weird, he's too this and that, don't be like this, don't act like this and that, I'm like, you know what? I feel like maybe I should just take myself out of that group, out of that environment or whatnot. Because in life, it's like, you look at videos, you look at magazines, you look at movies, music videos, celebrities, even people at, you know, your job or people that you came across, you know, strangers and whatnot. And it's like you compare yourself to them, saying like, what is it about them that everyone is so drawn to? It's like they love them. It's like they got that look, they got the personality, and you try to like replicate the way they look and the way they act, but it's like it's taken away from who you are as a person, and you start to lose yourself trying to be like everybody else. You shouldn't have to be that person. You shouldn't have to be that person, not for anybody. If you're being yourself and somebody is complaining about you being this and that, it's like, don't associate yourself with that person. Plain and simple. It's like you shouldn't have to sit around wondering what it is about me or why they feel this way about me. It's like everyone is always going to have an opinion about you. They're always going to say things that you may not like. They're always going to tell you should be like this, be like that. The only thing that you should change about yourself is change for the better. Now, if somebody's giving you advice about maybe, be a better person, better yourself. I want you to better yourself. I want you to elevate yourself. It's like they're being uplifting rather than like criticizing you, bring you down to a low level. Always be the person that God wants you to be. It's like pray on it, ask God, like, God, what do I need to do to be a better person? Guide me in the right direction, or how can I just improve in life, just period. So in life, we're always going to come across people that's going to tell us we should be this person or do this and that. It's like, if it's not part of God's plan, then it's like, don't trip about what anyone says about you. Like me, I am the average Joe, the beautiful weirdo, the ghetto astronaut, the infinite misfit. It's like, I love anime. I love all types of music, multi-eclectic. I said mostly eclectic. I don't even know if that's a word. See, that's the thing on the show. It's like I constantly criticize myself about the things I said, and I cut the show off and I run it as a blooper. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just keep on going, keep this camera rolling. And you guys don't really see stuff like this behind the scenes because I'm always giving y'all the perfect videos or the scripted ones. I'm like, no, I'm gonna say words that I may trip all over. If you want to like correct me in the comment section, I'm cool with that. We all got to show each other love somehow. So, well, I'm eclectic. I love all types of music. I love music that, a lot of people, most of my family may not be into. And that I always been like that. Like I loved, the rock music, pop, certain jazz music, singer-songwriter, I don't know if that's really a genre, but hey, I loved it. And all these artists I would bring around my family, and they was like, he's so different. It's like back then they called it different. They didn't really call it weird like that. They was like, oh, you're different. You're different. And for me, I felt like they said I was different because I was, a young black man liking certain type of music like that other black guys really don't listen to, like, and not to say nothing about it, but it's like back then, I listened to rock. When rock in my, the area that I grew up in wasn't really like, too popular for a lot of people to talk about. I would listen to John Mayer or Puddle of Mud or Foo Fighters, Lenny Kravitz, Seal, and it's like you looking at like a young black kid listening to these type of artists, and you looking like, okay, like he's different. Oh, it's like they ain't really want to say weird in front of your face because they ain't want to hurt your feelings. They want to make you feel some type of way. But I had somebody told me that one time. I had my cousin, I don't know where I was at. It was like his girlfriend. She looked at me and she's like, how does it feel to be weird? And I looked at her like, what do you mean? They said, oh, you just, you're so different. And, you just seem like you stand out amongst the crowd. And I'm looking like, well, I'm just being myself. But if that's what you call weird, then okay. Like, and it's like, it didn't really get to me as much. I looked at it as a compliment because for someone to call you weird, it's like, maybe I stand out amongst the crowd. Maybe I'm not that boring or that plain or anything. So I took it as a compliment and still do to this day. And for someone to tell you things like that, it makes me feel even better now because it's like, thank you for taking the time out to see me for who I am and calling it out. Like, so some people it may be an insult. So some people, they may look at it as like, wow, you really like just went ham on me, like for you saying something like that. But me, it's like, I fully accept myself to the point where it doesn't faze me like it used to. It really doesn't faze me at all now, and I'm still a work in progress and stuff. But for me to hear something like that, it's like I get ecstatic. I'm like, wow, thank you. It's like I actually love it because nowadays everybody wants to be different. Everybody wants to be weird, stand out, all artistic. But back then, when us average Joes was in high school or wherever we was at, college, middle school, elementary school, it's like it really wasn't that popping because everybody would make fun of you because everybody was too busy being everybody else. They was trying to be like everybody else. Oh, yeah, the in crowd, the cool kids, the popular kids or whatnot. But us average Joes, us cameos in high school and middle school, it's like a nonstop laughing stock, or you basically would get ignored. Like me, it was like once in a blue moon, somebody would laugh and joke about me. But other than that, I just be to myself, be in the corner, nobody puts baby in the corner. But no, I'm just playing. But seriously though, so it's like, I just want people to just find who you are. Don't find who you are through other people. It's like just spend time alone to figure out who you are. What makes you well, it's like just talk to God. Just ask God like to reveal who you are as a person, as an individual, and your spirit will light up, and it will show the gracious, the loving, the hardworking, the all all the good stuff of who you are and everything. Like I said, you're not perfect, but God will shine His light on your spirit to show who you're meant to be. And as far as your personality goes, it's like don't apologize for liking certain movies or everybody's gonna laugh at you. Everybody's like, I love rom-coms. So what? Yeah, I'm a guy. They like, what guy likes rom-coms? I do. I love I grew up with a grandmother who just exposed us to all types of genres of movies. We would watch Sylvester Stallone, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Bruce Willis. There was like so many people. Cynthia Rothschild, I think that was her name, Rothschild, or I forgot her name. She was into karate and stuff, and it was all type of movies, and I just really, really enjoyed them, and I had a great time, just being exposed to this because it's like I didn't. It's like I wasn't really too heavy with what everybody else was doing, but when I was young, I was trying to impersonate everybody else, trying to be cool, trying to be fly, and try to gain the attention of certain women, certain girls that I was into when I was young because they liked my cousins or friends and stuff. But I was like, what is it about me that they don't like? And I'm like, wow. And it used to bring me down at one point, but as I got older, I had enough confidence in myself to where I drew the attention of women who liked me for who I was, the authenticity of the average Joe. And I built enough confidence to tell myself, you know what? I'm great. I'm great in the eyes of God, and I don't have to, I don't need validation from, anybody. I don't need nobody to tell me like, oh, you're cool or you're lame, you're a loser, you're a winner. I'm like, I don't need validation from anybody. I just continue to be myself, continue to strive to be the best of who God sees me to be, and keep on going. With the show, I'm just thankful for having a platform to just, to tell people this is who I am as an individual. Like, I love Dragon Ball Z. I love the music from the Weather Channel. Love rom-coms. I still watch 90s cartoons because they're super, super dope. I love everything about the 90s. Like, I even look up on YouTube, like, old commercials from the 90s and, like, and old shows from back in the day. So what? I don't care. Unapologetically, the average Joe in the building. I love arcades. I love taking nice long drives, just watching, the sunset, sunrise, or just taking a scenic view and just enjoy life, man. If someone tells you that you're a weirdo, you're different, who the type of person you are, it's like, don't take offense to it. Please don't take offense to it. Look at it as a compliment and say that, hey, I did my job by embracing who I am and continue to go out there in the world and just show the greatness of yourself. Beautiful weirdos are awesome. They're great. They're amazing. They're loving. All that good stuff, man. All that good stuff. And I just want to encourage everybody, like, even for me, it took me time, as I got older, just to accept who I am as an individual. Like, me being a black man, of course, it's like people have expectations of me. They look at me like, oh yeah, he might got all the girls, or he might know about, sports, and he might know about this. Somebody, my brothers, they'll start all conversations about sports, and that's pretty much in some ways making an assumption that I may know about sports. And sometimes I may wing it. I'll be like, yeah, they cool. Oh yeah, touchdown. Oh, the 30-yard line, the field goal kick, And when they get deep into it, and they see that I don't know too much about it, and then the conversation fades, and it's like, oh, all right, take these, man. I'm like, yo, it is too funny, man, because I'm like, I don't know nothing about sports. I don't know nothing about fashion. I don't know nothing about any of those things. All I know is what I know. I know Dragon Ball Z. Like, if you talk about Goku and Vegeta, I go headstrong into it. Like, but then you even got the anime geeks, they'll come at me, they'll go full blown like psycho with it. And I'm like, I love it, but it's like I'm not obsessed with it, but I know more than enough than I know about anything else about sports cars and women and all those things. And then even with my brothers, it's like when we talk about women, it's like I don't want to feel like I have to compromise my spirituality, my connection with God, because it's like it's a lot of beautiful women out there, but it's like I can't go over there and be like, yeah, she got a fat joint. Yeah, she good up top. She got a lot on the bottom, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, wow. And I tell myself, you know what? I gotta let everybody know, like, maybe I don't like talking about women like this. Maybe I don't like talking about sports because I don't know it. Or maybe I don't know, I don't want to talk about fashion, or I don't dress, like everybody else because I don't know it. Like a lot of things I don't know. If that's what makes me a weirdo, then I'm like, I'm cool with that. I'm cool. And I feel like I'm considered a weirdo because, me being a black guy, black man, I'm supposed to know these things. And stereotypically, people put me in a box and say like, okay, he may be like this, but here on the show, I'm here to address me being who I am, show the world that this is who the average Joe is. And I just want you guys to be yourself. Don't compromise. Don't compromise. Don't. Please don't. Be yourself. If you're on a date with somebody like me, if I'm going on a date with a beautiful woman and she's like, oh, he's too nerdy, he's too geek, he's weird, I'm like, okay, cool. If you can't accept that about me, then let's just part ways. Like me, I'm into people just accepting people for who they are. Now, here's the thing too. Just because, you're different, you stand out, you weirdos, don't mean you're going to click with everybody. If you don't click with anybody, like, it's cool. You can still associate yourself with people, but a lot of times we're not to say that we don't like that person. It's just that you may not click with that person like you do with everybody else. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you. Like a lot of people don't click with me. Like they say I'm cool, I'm this and that, but hey, they feel like, okay, we may not have a lot in common. He's okay. I'm like, I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. Found with somebody you can vibe with, you cool with, you click with, show love, always go out there, be yourself. And this is just my, my closing on this. I want to go a little further on the show. I feel like I want to give y'all a little more. If you guys have a lot to say, just talk, go in the comment section, speak your mind, say what's on your mind and stuff. I would love to hear you guys' opinions on this topic. And for me, at the end of the day, being a beautiful weirdo is you being your beautiful, authentic self standing out amongst the crowd. And it's like the beauty of it is that you're able to just appreciate that person for being themselves. And I had a lot of compliments from people saying, you know what, I just love how, amazing, how beautiful and weird you are. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And I love it. And it's like they show me love and I appreciate it. And it's like I said, a lot of people you may not click with, and it's okay. Just vibe with the people that, love you for you, and just enjoy life, man. Enjoy it. Have fun. And I want to uplift all of y'all, to show y'all like, we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect, but I want you guys to just be yourself. Don't trip off of the opinions of other people, and always go out there with a smile and show love and just be great. And I thank you guys so much for tuning into the Average Joe Show. Stay tuned for episode 3. Let's get it. Get it. Hey. Have a good one, guys.